Hello everyone, Triple S back here with some more Without Within 2, and I think we're going to be getting into bed soon and stuff, but we just woke up, one or the other, I can't remember. We're currently looking at a reflection in the mirror, so can't remember if this was last time or not, but whatever. I wrapped off the steam from my bathroom mirror and smiled at the reflection. Those famous brands had always made me scoff, but I admitted they did lift my confidence. I think she's talking about the shampoo and stuff from before. Yeah, my hair smells so nice right now too. If I cosplayed as Excelsior and took a stroll outside, I could probably trick people into thinking I was the real deal. I wish my cheeks could look this shiny every day too. Note to self to take another shower before heading out tomorrow. After putting my shoes on, I left the hotel to see where we could go for dinner. A tram rounded the corner and blinded me with its headlights as I stepped out. I crossed the road and exchanged good evenings with a lady walking her dog. The people here sure seem friendly. Once we passed each other, I strode on alone through the empty street. Let's see, I passed a church, a school and a video rental. None of them had any food to offer, obviously. 10 minutes later, I finally reached a chain of restaurants, but most of them had already shut their lights. Oh, this noodles shop still had people inside. It would have to do. The wind chimes jingled as I pulled the door open and walked in. Oh, hello, you're pretty. The lady behind the counter wore an apron over her pyjamas, making me feel like I was visiting a friend's house. Finally, a person dressed in something other than a suit. She beamed at me and I returned the gesture. In the corner sat a wooden chair with a missing leg. The staff had glued a piece of paper that read, "Please do not sit," onto the backrest. Thanks for the warning, but I doubt anyone will try anyway. A dozen customers managed to cram inside this tiny restaurant. Their body heat warmed up the room, and compared to the outside cold, I welcomed it. Some of these diners were chatting a bit too loudly, but at least the place felt alive. I walked past the customers before taking a seat next to the counter. Once I settled in, the cashier lady handed me a menu. I shooed off a buzzing fly before opening the booklet. Well, I said booklet, but it was in fact just a sheet of paper. Arial 12 BX with a white background. Classic. The page's corner had been torn off, so someone just taped the thing back together. At least the recipes listed here actually made sense to me. A menu's design should have no relation to the food quality anyway. I appreciate Excelsior treating me to that first-class meal, but my heart felt more at ease in a place like this. What do you have to offer then here? Spring roll, I don't like prawns. I'm allergic to eggs. Steamed dumplings? Maybe. Oh, noodles. Oh, chicken noodle soup. Definitely chicken noodle soup. Yes, please. Prawn again. Pork fillet, garlic sauce. Oh, rice. Definitely rice. Yep. Oh, green, red, yellow curry. Oh, yes, please. Never had tofu. Sweet and sour, I've never been much for sweet and sour anything. And I'd like to take a soft drink, please. The lady came back a minute later and ordered a bowl of beef noodles. As she took the menu from me, she said, "You're a new face, did you move in recently?" The lady used a booming voice that allowed her to speak over the restaurant noise, but her smile told me she just wanted to strike up a conversation, so I let my shoulders relax as well. "I'm here on holidays," I said. "My name's Vincy, by the way." "Oh," the lady clasped her hands together. "Staying in that hotel up the road, I'm guessing? Welcome to Melbourne. How are you finding it here?" "Yeah, pretty cool. I got to visit the Sky Deck today, so that was neat." "Ah, the Utopia Tower or something, right?" "Eureka, actually." "I've never been." The lady scratched the back of her head. "It's always the locals who take these places for granted. You know how it is." "Oi, get back to work," a man's voice shouted from the kitchen. He must be the chef, and perhaps this lady's husband as well. Whoops, shit. The lady winked at me before running into the kitchen. I would never catch a flight attendant's wear like this, yet sometimes when people chose to act all formal, I might as well be talking to robots. This restaurant let me loose my breath and undo my collarbone, as in, if I had one. The lady came back out, carrying my beef noodles. After placing the bowl onto my table, she jogged back behind her counter, most likely to avoid getting told off again. I scooped up some soup with my spoon and took a sip. The heat burned my tongue a little, but this soup tasted so good I hardly cared. In my hungry state, I took only 5 minutes to empty the bowl. These noodles filled me up more than that first-class meal I had with Excelsior, and it cost less than half the price. I wondered if reaching the top meant I must abandon these simple pleasures. A sacrifice I felt ready to make, but it would still bum me out. Did Excelsior have a burger? Have a burger? A few burgers would fill me up. As I walked up to the counter and paid the lady, she patted me on the shoulder. "Come by again sometime, okay?" I had enough trouble paying my rent, so I might never get a chance to visit Melbourne again. Still, I gave her a nod before leaving the restaurant. Now that I no longer had to worry about getting lost, I let the evening breeze caress my hair. Having spent most of the day in starvation, it sure felt nice to be full for a change. After crossing the road, I returned to my hotel and exchanged nods with that guy at the lobby as I strode by. I clock on the wall behind the staff read 10 PM. Maybe this place had 24-hour check-in, which would mean I had sweated a bucket over nothing. It's always good when hotels have 24-hour check-in. I let out a yawn as I rode the elevator back up to floor 1. For information, I happen to be an early sleeper. Yeah. After returning to my room, I changed into my pyjamas. The light fabric of these short sleeves provided me with comfort. I can't talk! With the comfort of being at home. I flopped onto the queen-size bed and rolled around, causing my blankets to slip onto the floor in protest. Just for one night, I could experience how royalty slept. I just hope this room had no security cameras because I was acting like a 5-year-old right now. Rain began to pelt against the glass doors that led to my balcony, only a drizzle at first, but the droplets then smashed down with full force as if begging to be let in. The sky already dark, I had no way of knowing about this rain. Warm during the day, then freezing cold, and now this. The weather here reminded me of a moody child. Thank God I already made it inside. If this rain fell while I was lost out there, I probably would have shed tears. My luck must be turning around. Wait, I still needed to hop on social media and see if Excelsior promoted my work as promised. I scrambled out of bed and grabbed my phone, which I left inside my clothes on the carpet. After connecting to the hotel's Wi-Fi, if I can speak, I jumped onto the calligraphy subreddit. There it was, right on top of the page, a thread entitled "Fellow Calligrapher asked me to share this," posted by Excelsior. Let's see, 27 comments. That was more than all the threads I'd ever created combined. Excelsior's words sure drew a lot of attention. 0 votes, but oh well. With my trembling pinky, I tapped on the thread to read the comments. Wow, this calligrapher begged Excelsior for a plug, shameless much. Jeez, I would downvote this twice if I could. What's with that photo? It's so blurry. Oh well, the real thing probably looks even worse. This person has some real guts wasting Excelsior's time with this trash. Well, people have said there was no such thing as bad publicity, right? Probably, maybe, hopefully. Did Excelsior really have to mention that I had asked her to promote me? If I'd known her choice of words would suck this much, I never would have bothered making the request. It took all I had to refrain from hurling my phone at the mirror. Instead, I slammed my phone onto a table by the bed. My angle boiled the room, making it feel like the inside of a microwave. I flicked off all the lights with so much force that I almost chipped my nail. The room turned black, making me feel like I had fallen into a bottomless pit. After letting out a heavy breath, I clawed onto bed and tossed the blanket over me. My mood might be to blame, but this blanket felt like sandpaper scraping against my arms. With my pulse still pumping from anger, I shut my eyes and tried to get some sleep. Shameless. Downvote. Worst. I crawled around the bed in hopes of finding a pose that would help me fall asleep. In fact, I almost rolled off this queen-size bed at one point. Nothing I tried worked, as those spite-filled comments kept echoing in my head. Eventually, fatigue took over, and I managed to sneak in an hour or two of sleep. Achievement unlocked! Day 1! Huzzah! I guess we'll just hop straight into day 2. Yeah. The rising sun peered through the curtains to ruin my slumber. As I opened my yes, I insisted that the Reddit comments from last night must have been nothing but a bad dream. I threw my blanket onto the ground and jumped out of bed to pick up my phone off the table. The second I looked at my phone, those same comments appeared on my screen once more. Yep, always close. Always close your stuff. No need to even wait for a page refresh before reality struck me right in the forehead. Just great. So much for taking another shower before leaving. I had no energy to even comb my hair. All I had just to brush my teeth and change out of my pyjamas. The Excelsior show took place at Federation Square this afternoon. I should get going soon. Hold on, would the other calligraphers recognise me as that shameless girl on Reddit? If so, they might roll their calligraphies into balls and hurl them at me. This hate would hopefully die down after a few weeks. Showing my face the very next day, however, seemed about as wise as kicking a lion in the crotch. I'm like yawning, burping, and my eyes are watering at the same time. I'm falling apart. Excelsior never posted any photos of my face onto that thread, so I guess it should be okay. Besides, I accepted a grant for this trip, so I had an obligation to attend. Yeah, maybe just this once I would use that YOLO saying that the kids like to toss around online. I had no clue what it even stood for, but YOLO swag! After strapping on my backpack, I left my room and rode the elevator down onto the ground floor. A woman stood behind the counter in the lobby ahead. The man from last night must have finished his shift. Good morning, the lady said. I caught her lips twitch and I had a pretty good idea why. When I left my hair uncombed, my head looked like a mop after toilet cleaning. YOLO swag though. I'm heading to the city, I said. What's the best way to get there? The woman pointed at the automatic doors. You can catch a tram from across the road, it'll take you straight to the CBD. Have you got a Mikey card? I shook my head and the lady pulled out a green plastic card from under her counter. Lucky last, she placed the card under the table. There's a news agent just around the corner to your right. You can charge up the card there. I said my thanks, accepted her card and exited the hotel. When I stepped out, I found a tram stop in the corner across the road, just like that lady said. But first I turned right and headed into the newsagents. Oh, hello. Oh, you're quite a nice looking guy. Who are those people in the background? Community in strife? Local man makes grim discovery. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. Look to the skies! The shopkeeper snored on his feet behind the counter. All the other shops on the street were still closed, so I guess he should be forgiven. I tiptoed up to the counter, trying to let this guy nap for just a few extra seconds. Excuse me. The man continued to tilt his head toward the side. I felt conflicted about whether to feel annoyed or be impressed that he could snooze while standing. I shifted a birthday card display up to his side, hoping he would nudge into it and wake up. The man swayed and bumped into the stand, causing those cards to spill all over the floor. Sorry, I stuttered. I just wanted to wake you up. The man yawned, letting me smell his morning breath. It's the third time this week, don't worry about it. I waved the Mikey card in my hand. Can I top this up here, just enough for a few tram rides? 20 bucks should do it. I pulled up my wallet and handed him a $20 note along with my card. The man pressed my card against the scanner on his table and it made a beep. There you go. He dropped the card back onto my hand. I checked both sides of the card as if expecting some sort of number to show up. The plastic card showed no change whatsoever, which meant I must place my trust in this half-asleep guy. Might as well be going for a skydive with a parachute given to a monkey. So what will happen if I have insufficient funds when I get off a tram? I asked. The man answered with his snores as he fell asleep once again. Forget it. I left the store, crossed the road and waited at the tram stop. Beside me stood a chemist store that had yet to open. I checked out some of the SUNNIES displayed behind the glass. If I bought a pair, could I look as big time as Excelsior? Maybe you can have actual eyes. I heard a honk behind me and I spun around to see an oncoming tram scaring away a flock of pigeons. Good thing those birds had forced the driver to honk or I might have missed this ride. I waved at the tram and it slowed to a halt next to my stop. Once again I had to skip across half a traffic lane in order to board. Unlike that free CBD tram from yesterday, this one required me to tap on with the Mikey card. Trying out new things in public never failed to make me sweat as I felt like everyone had their eyes on me. Oh, anxiety. There was a scanner position next to the door, so let's give this a shot. I pulled the Mikey card out of my wallet so fast I almost fumbled it. As I pressed my card against the scanner, a green dot lit up on the panel. This should mean I was in the clear then. It's just like using an Oyster card in London, which I had to do. Is it Oyster? Something like that. I exhaled in relief and put the card back into my wallet. When I gazed up at the passengers to show them my achievement, I realised none of them were even looking at me. The clock had yet to hit 9, so I never imagined these carriages would already be so full. This tram was heading for the city, so I guessed it made sense. From the outside, these carriages looked so stable, but now that I was standing inside, I needed to grab a handrail just to stay upright. Oh! Hello! Meanwhile, that guy beside me was eating his kiwi with a spoon while standing. He must be a local veteran, being able to stand balance under this kind of condition and all. The tram still had several vacant seats, but there were quite a few elderly passengers on board, so I decided to spare the chairs for those who needed them most. Riding on that CBD tram from yesterday, I felt like a trip to the past. This green and yellow model, without a speck of dust in the carriages, resembled a plastic garden to me. Once every minute or so, the tram would stop to let the passengers board and alight. Frequent pauses made me wonder if I would be better off walking. Of course, it was only an illusion. Within minutes, we already crossed the bridge that scared me so much last night. The tram rounded a tight bend, causing me to lose my balance and bump into a girl who had just finished tapping her card against the scanner. Oh, Vinty! The girl turned out to be Excelsior. I'd almost failed to recognise her in those gym clothes. Her gym shirt and bicycle shorts revealed to me how much more feminine she looked than I did. Wow! Out of nowhere. I caught something near my men stealing peeks at her chest and bottom. Well, I had the curves of a tree trunk, so I never had to worry about being checked out like that. Me neither. Excelsior had sweat seeping out of her forehead and arms, and she still smelled as nice as the shampoo I'd used last night. I like as well how she's remembered Vinty's name. The sparkles around her continued to flash as always. In fact, the tram driver put on his SUNNIES to block her out. I wanted to confront Excelsior about what happened on Reddit, but her big glittering eyes melted away my anger. To begin with, I was the one who had hassled her into promoting me. Faulting others would only make me sink lower. A couple of the passengers came walking towards us from the rear end of the carriage. Their eyes were on Excelsior the whole time, of course. They took out their thrones, but Excelsior waved her hands to indicate no photos allowed. The duo limped away with their heads hanging between their slumped shoulders. Haha. Must be tough without your guards around, I said, trying to hide the sarcasm and jealousy in my voice. Excelsior scratched her head, looking a bit embarrassed. I like to be alone when I work out. You know, it's nice to live like a common folk once in a while. I gazed into Excelsior's eyes to see if she had meant for those words to be condescending, because they really sounded like it. She blinked at me, looking as innocent as a newborn sleeping next to a puppy. Seriously, with a tongue that sharp, Excelsior might as well be feeding me poo coated in chocolate. This must be why some celebrities hired advisors to keep their mouths and keyboards in check. Excelsior could sure use one of those people. Maybe I should ask if she was hiring. Still, I got to witness Excelsior's work ethic firsthand, exercising while on the road and all. If I spent my time running instead of envying, maybe I too could have a figure like hers in like 5 or 10 years. Good looking you show this, Arvo, I said. I'll be there to watch. Oh, thank you. I hope you'll have fun, Excelsior said, grinning once again without showing her teeth. Thinking about it, I'd never seen her teeth in any of the posters or commercials she appeared in. Maybe she had braces on or something. Well, I'm going there to learn, not to have fun, I said, puffing my chest out a little. For just a moment, I saw Excelsior's eyes narrowed into a glare, but her usual smile returned before I had time to react. I gazed out the window and recognised some of the tall buildings we passed. This tram had taken me back into the city in under 30 minutes. A male announcer spoke through the speakers and said something about us arriving in the free tram zone. Excelsior pulled a sweaty my key card out from a pocket and tapped it against the scanner. Quite a few other passengers began to tap their cards as well. Maybe trams in the CBD were free then. I followed suit, almost dropping my card from the nervousness. Excelsior seemed to know what she was doing no matter where she went. Knowing her, I bet she had been invited to visit Melbourne many times before. Excelsior pressed the stop button on the handrail and the tram parked behind a traffic light before opening its doors. I'll see you soon, Vincy. Excelsior gave me a light bow before exiting the carriage. She probably had a 5-star hotel booked in the city somewhere. And we're back out on the street, and I'm going to end off there. So, not had a very nice night with looking at those bad comments, but got to have some noodles, which is awesome. And then just out of nowhere bumped into Excelsior, which I really wasn't expecting just as much as her. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. We will continue day 2 of Without Within 2. So, thank you for watching, see you next time. Goodbye. First off, I have to meet with them. But where the heck are they? I told them when my plane was again, I figured they could come.